On this episode of The Buzz, we're at the Orleans Hotel in Las Vegas. I'm going inside for an exclusive interview. Let's go. That looks pretty good. You don't mind, do you? I'm going to order some room service. You don't.
That's fine. I'm not paying for the room. Go for it.
Oh, well, hell yeah. Luke, our camera guy, you want something? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and Dodo and Steve, let's just order some lunch.
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's
cool.
go nuts.
All right. Nice. All right. So a bottle of vino and. All right. That's not really why we're here. Of course, we are here with Lee Cohen. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
All right. And Lee, you're joining us from.
IMX Magic Convention.
That's right, IMX 2012. And you've come a long way, actually, to be here. And where have you come from to join us in Las Vegas?
I'm from Australia.
Australia, wow.
So it's a bit of a long flight, but it's worth it.
How long is that, actually, to get here? How long is that?
It was about 17 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Just to come to a magic convention, that's hardcore.
It's fairly hardcore.
Nice. Now, one of the things is, a lot of people ask when a beautiful woman is around a convention, who is she with? She must be with one of the organizers. We were actually talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, you're actually a big part of this convention and much more on this side. So what's your part in this convention? And then we'll get to the rest after that.
Sure. Well, back home I am a magician myself, and so I've worked at a lot of magic conventions and different events, and so here I was brought on board just to be part of the production team and help out where I can. This year I was running the International Youth Magic Championships, which are partnered with FISM.
Cool.
And so that's been really great fun working with the kids and just getting those rehearsals happening and then seeing them through the competitions.
Very cool. Now, I like to ask this for people that go to conventions because not everyone's been to a magic convention.
Sure.
You know, they don't always have them where they're from. If you could sum up a magic convention in just a few sentences, or even just one sentence, what would you say captures the essence of a magic convention? What would you say?
The essence of a magic convention. It's
a geek
crazy,
fest.
yeah, well, kind of, but the best kind of geek. It's like, just intense few days. I mean, this particular convention was it was 3 days, but 5 days for the kids.
Yeah.
And it's just this really intense magic session.
Yeah.
It's like what you do with your friends at home for a couple of hours, but expanded. So it's crazy.
More people. One of the things you did allude to was you're also doing some work with FISM. And could you tell us a little bit about the FISM? Because of course that's happening in Blackpool where Steve and I went. That's such a beautiful area and a beautiful center for magic. Yeah,
for sure. So FISM is the World Championships of Magic, and back home I'm the president of the Australian Institute of Magic, and we are a member society of FISM. So that means that within the Oceania region, we're actually the only member society, so I get to go over this year to the World Championships and represent Oceania, which is really fun, and I'm really excited about that.
Nice. And the group, the area where you are, what size, like in America? It's magicians all over the place, and I've never been to Australia. I've never been to that side of the world, or down there, I guess you could say. What kind of magicians are there down? Like, is it big? Like, is magic big there too, or is it different than it is elsewhere?
It's different to some other countries like America and England and I guess Europe and Asia because we don't have the population. But I think it's just as big. It's just that there's not as many people in general.
Sure, I get you.
So we're a little bit more spread out because we live all around the coast. Australia's a big island and there's nothing happening in the middle there because it's just a big old desert. But yeah, magic's definitely got a big scene going on there, particularly at the moment. There's been a lot of magic in the media. We've had some really great magicians on some of the TV shows there, so it's getting bigger and bigger.
So the one thing I'd like to ask about the Australian magicians, Asia and Korea, they're known more for this stage manipulation, In the States, it seems to be close-up, almost street magic kind of stuff. In Australia, what's the type of magic that's kind of hot right now? What are people really into over there?
They're really into illusions and the big stage stuff, escapes, that kind of thing. But at the same time, there's a really big street scene and close-up as well. There's a lot of guys out there doing close-up, and girls doing close-up as well.
Cool.
So,
very cool.
Yeah.
Now, as a female that's in magic in a lot of different ways, How did you get yourself into magic? What was the appeal for you that got you into magic?
Well, it's interesting because it's probably quite different to how a lot of the guys get into magic. I didn't really come across magic and find that it was something I was necessarily interested in my later life. I started when I was about 5 because my dad was a magician.
There we go.
So I started out working with him, and it was something really fun that I could go and spend time with him and just hang out and meet magicians, and then went from there.
All right, cool. Well, Lee, thank you so much for your time. I think we're going to order up some food now.
Absolutely.
So we're going to get out of here. But thank you so much for your time.
No worries.
And safe travels back to Australia, and we hope to see you again very soon.
Thank you for having me.
And we hope to see you guys soon too, right here on The Buzz.